We have a great lineup of talent for you this evening. Some of your old favorites and some wonderful new additions. There'll be music, singing, dancing, magic, and comedy. We'll have an intermission halfway through the show with more free food, and the Liquid Refreshment Emporium over here to my right, also known as the Cash Bar. We have Jack and Fran on duty tonight, and they're anxious to serve you. And the more you visit them, the better we all look. We hope you enjoy the show. Well, let's get started. First, we have playing our theme song for this evening, April Love. We have Jim Long. Thank you, Jim. Okay, we're going to play a little game this evening. You may have all noticed that there's a potted pansy on your table. One of the people at each table is going to take that pansy home with them. Now, we're not going to do the silly little sticker under the table or under the chair, and we're not going to do pass the dollar. We're going to play Survivor. Each one of you is a candidate for that pansy on your table. And you're going to act, each table is going to act as a group, and every so often during maybe every other act or whatever, decide amongst yourselves who's going to get kicked out of the running. And you have to vote on who's you're going to. You don't have to leave the table. You just give up your rights to the pansy. And then when there's only one person left, you're the winner of the pansy, and you have to promise to take real good care of it. Okay. Now moving right along. Now we're going to bring out Sam Baumgarten from Bridgewater State College, and a few folks from his funky folk dance class. Thank you.
Be right here. Good evening. We are very happy to be here tonight, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do and introduce the dancers. Can you hear me okay? Cool. First, I'd like to explain that we are missing one dancer who unfortunately had an illness in her family and could not be here today. We had planned to have 8 of us, including myself. So we have 7, and we're going to have a special guest entrant later on. I'll introduce her later. I think you know her, but we'll see. Let me first introduce the dancers that are here. We have Pat Callahan standing right here, Keena Bonham, Adam Howe, Lucas Moulton, Katie Perkins, and Catherine Akari. And we're missing Devin Burberry, unfortunately. We have quite a wealth of talent here. We have football players, rugby players, dancers. They're a multi-talented group. And they've been in my folk dance class. They were in the folk dance class last quarter. And we've been learning some dances again and sharing them with you tonight. So we're going to take a quick trip around the world. We're going to visit 5 countries, 5 different dances, and you'll get to see each one 3 or 4 times through, so you get the flavor of it. The first one is a French-Canadian circle dance called La Bastringue. And if you hear me whispering, it's okay, because sometimes we forget, you know. Okay, music, maestro. Give them 5 seconds to catch your breath. They're in good shape. So that's La Bastringue, French-Canadian circle dance. Next we're going to move to Spain/Portugal. The dance is called Fado Blanquita, and it features a step hop and a schottisch step and some fancy swing and jumps and kicks. It's pretty energetic. Are you ready? All right. Looking sharp. That was Fado Blanquita from Spain/Portugal. And we're going to jump across the world, another part of the world. We're going to Eastern Europe for a Bulgarian circle dance. And I don't know the name of this. It's just called Bulgarian 1 on my folk dance list. And I especially like these because they're so peaceful. We put this in to break things up. And people are supposed to talk and converse once they get mesmerized by the pattern of the dance. So we'll dance it 2 times through. Peaceful Bulgarian. And now we're going to move on to Italy, southern Italy, and do a Sicilian tarantella, which some of you may recognize. And we have a special guest performer who's filling in for our ill college student, or whose family has an illness, and her name is Deborah Baumgarten. In front of me. Let's hear it for Deb. All right, Deb. Okay, we have one final dance to finish our part of the show with. It's called Sabella Loza. It's a Serbian line dance, and we're just going to come visit all of you while we do this. Okay. Stop right here.
I am muting myself. Oh, yeah. I volunteered to go to children's. I used to do that.
Thank you very much, Sam, and thank you to all the Bridgewater State College students. And now we have the First Parish Choir, brought back by popular demand, and they'll be singing Come Softly to Me.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Okay, now have you been playing your Survivor game? How many have been bumped off?
I'm out. I'm out.
Okay. Is every table bumped off at least one person? Okay. Sounds like we're making progress. Okay, our next performer is a newcomer to our stage. Bree Clark will be playing a mostly Stephen Foster medley.
Hello. I'm playing with cassette that I found. No, I don't think he's Anyway, I hope you'll all sing along on those familiar Stephen Foster tunes you might know. And if there are some gaps, it's because the tape is old. My mother was over 92 when she tried it on an out-of-tune piano, never having seen the music. So we'll do the best we can. Am I going to be heard? And I believe it starts with me saying now. Yeah, just 1 second. Little like Jack Benny here. I'm going to start with way down from the Swanee River. Now.
Thank you, Reed. Okay, that's better. Okay, a little technical difficulty here. Next, we have some familiar faces, but with a newly formed barbershop quartet. We have John Dye, Jim Donnelly, Jim Slavin, and Joe Snyders singing My Blue Heaven.
Okay.
When whippoorwills call, and evening is nigh,
I hurry to my
heaven, well, turn to the right, a little white light,
will lead you to my blue
heaven, you'll see a smiling face, a fireplace, a cozy room, a little nest that's nestled where the roses bloom. Just Molly and me, and baby makes three. We're happy in my blue heaven. When whippoorwills call, and evening is nigh,
I hurry to my
heaven, turn to the right, a little white light,
will lead you to my blue
heaven, you'll see a smiling face, a fireplace, a cozy room, a little nest that's nestled where the roses bloom. Just Molly and me, and baby makes three. We're happy in my blue heaven.
Is it on? Okay, there we are. Okay, more technical difficulty. Did anyone else get bumped off recently? Oh dear.
Samantha, you're going to?
Well, you can't go home until you bump everybody at your table off except one. Okay. If you've ever been to even one of our variety shows before, surely you'll recognize our next performer. She's the one that makes us do this show every 2 years. Please join me in welcoming Betty Gilson, singing Hello, Young Lovers.
Music's here.
One.
the earth smelled of summer, and the sky was streaked with white, and the soft mist of England was sleeping on a hill. I remember this, and I always will. There are new lovers now on that same silent hill, looking at the same blue sea. And I know Tom and I are
Thank you, Betty.
That's a handful.
Is there anyone out in the audience that thinks it's too cold in here? I just want to let you know that if you are, it's nice and warm and toasty up here on the stage, and you're welcome to join me. Do you people believe in ghosts? Do you believe in magic? Well, for those that aren't really sure, maybe our next performer will help you make up your mind. Our interim minister, Reverend Dick Fuchs, is going to do some ghost magic.
That's the magic keeping the table. My magic robe that I'm wearing was given to me as a gift by Fooling Yu, an old Chinese magician. And one of the things that Fooling Yu always told me was, before you can make sure that your magic is going to work, you've got to find out if your magic wand is doing its stuff. And so I always try to test and see how my magic wand is doing, you know. Well, the best way to test it is to see whether the magic wand has got any magic in it. But I have a couple of assistants, a couple of gals here, okay? You in the yellow and the blue, okay? Stand over here. Like for you to hold the wand just very tip. You feel it? Okay, good. All right. Now I'd like you the same. Feel it? All right. Okay. Now I want you to think in your mind. Magic wand disappear. Think that in your mind. Magic wand disappear. Magic wand disappear. Is it still there? Oh. Well, we gotta try a little harder. Everybody together now say, magic wand disappear. Is it gone? Let me see. Are you sure? Yes. Where did it go? Big help. Well, I think it's working pretty good. Last summer, when my wife and I were on the weekend in Nantucket, we did a little tour. It was a ghost walk of Nantucket. And we saw many of the highlights at some of these old houses where ghosts were still haunting. Well, I've always had a long interest in ghosts. This is a big, thick volume that a buddy of mine gave me when I retired from Norwell. If you got a few hours, I might just read you a few chapters here. But I know that Unitarians in particular have a hard time believing in ghosts, and especially the Holy Ghost. I mean, that's even more difficult for Unitarians to believe, but my friends, I'm going to do some ghost magic for you. Now there's a ghost in here. You can't see it because most of the time ghosts are invisible in this little tube. I'm going to cover it up with some tissue paper. Okay. So we'll put it back here. Well, maybe we'll just put it out here, right on top of the ghost. Now, I don't know if any of you know, but the first parish in Bridgewater is haunted. It really is. There's a ghost that lives there. It's the Unitarian Holy Ghost that lives there. And you got to use your imagination and pretend that this little house here is the first parish church in Bridgewater. Use a little imagination and put a steeple on it that disappeared in the 1950s, and you've got our meeting house. And the ghost still lives there. I mean, I think this meeting house was erected in around 1840, and it's been hanging around ever since. It really is. I'm going to prove to you. The ghost is in there. It's a ghost. A ghost. Ah. Can any of you see the ghost? You see the ghost. It's a real ghost. This is the Unitarian Holy Ghost that lives in the first parish of Bridgewater. Now, the one thing about ghosts is you never know whether they're there or not, because they're hard to see, and they can disappear or do whatever they want. Now, just like that, 1, 2, 3. The ghost is gone. Now, where do you suppose the Holy Ghost went? By any chance, do you suppose the ghost might be in here? Well, what do you know? Here he is. There's your ghost. Well, sometimes the Unitarian Holy Ghost likes to go and visit other churches and things. And so it might take a ride down the street one day and fly off and go visit the Congregational Church down on the square. And 1, 2, 3. In no time, it's gone. And it's back where it belongs, at home. Okay. Now, just to be sure that you're watching carefully now, okay? Nothing in the roof, nothing inside. They're completely apart. Nada. And ghost goes back into the first parish church where it likes to hang out at night. And it's gone again. But just maybe it went into this little box here. You suppose? Let's see. Don't see him yet. I'm looking for him. I need someone else to help. Someone who didn't help from before, who was not here before. Which one? Someone who wasn't here before. Forget which ones came. You. Okay, you. That'd be good. All right. Now we're going to open this box. You see the ghost? Can't see, okay? Just say, boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, now open the, hold on, see who's in there, okay? What's that? pastime. This is one of our Holy Ghost's favorite haunts. Likes to hang around and jibber jabber with all the other ghosts. And so in the Holy Ghost goes, and all of a sudden there's orangey ghost, and there's bluey ghost, and greeny ghost, and yellowy ghost, and purpley ghost, and no Holy Ghost. Where do you suppose he went? You guessed it, right where he started. I hope you now all believe in ghosts and in ghost magic. Thank you.
I hope he took all those ghosts with him. Goodness, the rainbow ghosts. Well, moving right along, it took a little coaxing to get this mother and daughter team to agree to sing for us tonight. But here they are, Jane and Abby Haynes. And they'll be singing The Ash Grove.
Somebody stand together and tie it out yet?
Thank you, Jane and Abby. Is it on? Okay. I don't know why they were afraid to be up here doing that. I think they did a beautiful job. Okay, now, you saw him earlier in the show. He was in the choir and in the barbershop quartet, and now he's been recalled for a solo. Joe Snyder's singing We Are As One.
I wrote this song a few years ago for my April love. It's her birthday this week, so I'm singing this for her. Without you, I'll never know. I feel that I've known you all of my life. With my arms around you and your cheek pressed to mine, I feel your warm touch upon my skin. We are as one. Lying in my arms at night, I can't distinguish your heartbeat from mine, your breath from mine. Walking arm in arm together, we fit so well. Hearing without speaking words of love, we are as one. Looking in your eyes, I see the love you give to me, reflecting the love I have for you. You understand my every thought as if you read my mind. You share my dreams and fill my life with love. We are as one. Lying in my arms at night, I can't distinguish your heartbeat from mine, your breath from mine. I will always love you, Susan, till the day I die. Never thought that I'd ever feel this way. We are as one.
Well, Susan, I think you picked a winner. And next, we have a truly electric group. I'm not sure if it's just because they're so excited about being girls of the 21st century, or maybe it's just static cling. Here comes the girl group, and they're all on their way to the Chapel of Love.
Pretty good, huh? Very good. Good? Yes. Oh yeah, that's the end of the first down. You want me to get a cookie for you?
Whoops, I forgot where I was going. Now I'd like to call Jim Slavin up here. He's going to give a special announcement from the Social Justice Committee. Here comes Jim.
Out of respect to all those winos I used to deal with every day.
Thank you. I just want to let everyone know that over here on your right is the Social Justice Table, and the Social Justice Committee is raising funds for their various programs. The most prominent of those is the Lunches for the Mainspring House. The first Monday of every month, the Social Justice Committee makes sandwiches and brown bag lunches for homeless people that come to eat at the Mainspring House. What's being sold is, number one, something called Common Threads. It's a catalog of items, including t-shirts and tote bags and other items that I think you all appreciate. They sort of have a ecological-based theme, which is appropriate for today. It's Earth Day. Also, there's a raffle for some maple syrup and a hand-knit sweater. So if you'd like, please come forward and check out the items that the Social Justice Committee has for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, we have a whole lot more excitement coming in the second half of our show. We've got the Reverend Dick Fuchs coming out again. We'll have a male bonding band and a whole lot more. We'll now take a 20-minute break. There's more free food up there at the table. Help yourself. Show. We got a lot more entertainment this half. We hope you enjoy it. Before we start, let's show the refreshment committee how much we appreciate them. Okay, and let's hear it for the decorating committee. Okay, and now on with the show. Our next performer, Lisa Rue, will play and sing some original music and lyrics, Spring Dusk, and she'll also sing Annie's song.
Song what's she gonna sing?
Let's hear it for the roadie. Woohoo! Jim Darling, the best.
I love dusk, and this is a song about dusk. It's a very quiet, meditative piece. I roll up my sleeves for this.
Is it the light
backwoods. Twitter of the birds, the wind in my face, yapping dog, it's alright. Breezes in the leaves, the wind on my face, yapping dog, it's alright. And the grayness starts to obscure everything. Shapes lose their definition, and the lights come out in the homes one by one. Golden windows into private worlds. Dusk falls over the peat frogs. Dusk falls over the scent of honeysuckle. Dusk falls over the slate silver lake with a touch of rose shimmering in the afterglow. Dusk falls over the city streets and back roads. Dusk falls over the alleys and apartments. Dusk falls over the igloos and schools. Tents for departments. Dusk falls on the oceans, the beaches, the parks, the forests. Hush, little baby, listen to the papers now. Hush, little baby, sleep, sleep, sleep. Hush, darling babe, listen to the papers now. Hush now, hush now. I also love my husband, and this is a song for him. You fill up my senses like a night in the forest, like mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain.
Thank you, Lisa. Now, I know that some of you out there are really jealous of my outfit. I can just feel it in the air. I put the sequins on myself. You can't just go out and buy stuff like this, you know. Well, now, our next performers are newcomers to our stage. We have Chuck and Nancy Sweet, the tenor sax and trumpet duet. I'm not sure which is which, but they're going to be playing Rue Waternish. Thank you, Chuck and Nancy. Our next performer was to have been Bill Davis, but poor Billy has a sore throat tonight. Let's give him all a, oh! We'll catch you another year, Bill. I am so happy that spring is finally here, because in the winter, I just can't hold my liquor. Why, you ask? I think it's because of my mittens. So I definitely believe in spring. Our next performer is Rosemary Curran singing You Must Believe in Spring.
I thought the beer went to your head.
tree is sure its leaves will reappear. It knows its emptiness is just a time of year. The frozen mountain dreams of April's melting streams. How crystal clear it seems, you must believe in spring. You must believe in love and trust it's on its way. Just as the sleeping rose awaits the kiss of May, so in a world of snow, of things that come and go, well, what you think you know, you can't be certain of. You must believe in spring and love.
Thank you, Rosemary. You know, our interim minister is a man of many talents, and we keep discovering new ones. This time he's going to do a different kind of magic. Here again is Reverend Dick Fuchs with something we all need, comic relief.
Well, Ellie and I just came back from Nantucket again. We were down there for this weekend and had a wonderful time. And I preached in the chapel downstairs this morning. And on Saturday, we went on one of these tours that was led by a retired Episcopal clergyman who said that when four Episcopalians get together, there's always a fifth. So I told him the one about the Unitarians. When two Unitarians get together, there's always a third opinion. Now, you youngsters have all been very good and patient, and so I thought it was time to have a little story for the kids. And you can listen in if you want. This one is about Prinderella and her two sugly isters. Now, once upon a while, there was a gritty little pearl named Prinderella, who lived with her two sugly isters and her sticked wet-mother, who made her pine all the shots and shans and do all the other wordy dirk around the house. Wasn't that a shirty dame? Well, one day, the Ping issued a proclamation. That's right, a proclamation, saying that all the gullible earls were invited to the palace for a Drancy festball. Well, the two sugly isters and the stickin' wet-mother were going. But Prinderella couldn't go because she didn't have a Drancy fest. All she had was a wordy dag, which fit and did. That's right, it fit and did. Wasn't that a shirty game? But along came Prinderella's fodmother, who changed a pumpkin into a poach and mice into morses. And she changed Prinderella's wordy dag into a Drancy fess. She sent Prinderella off to the palace, saying, "Don't forget to come home at the moke of Stridnight." That's what she said, the moke of Stridnight. So Prinderella went to the ball and pranced all night with the Cints, who was Harry Vansom. At the moat of Stridnight, she ran down the Salus Peps, and on the bottom pep, she slopped her dripper. That's what happened. She slopped her dripper. And wasn't that a shirty dame? Well, the next day, the Ping issued another proclamation saying that all gettable earls were to sly on the tripper. The two Sugliisters and the sticked wet mother slide on the tripper, but it bit and did. That's right, it bit and did. But Prinderella slide on the tripper, and guess what? It fid did. So Prinderella and the Cints Mott Garried and hived happily ever after. And that's no fairy tale. I want to share with you a couple of letters that you probably wouldn't want to get. All those of you who've brought your children along and sent them off to college, particularly those of you who have daughters, would dread to receive a letter like this. Dear Mom and Dad, it has now been 3 months since I left for college. I have been remiss in writing, and I am very sorry for my thoughtlessness in not having written before. I will bring you up to date now, but before you read on, please sit down. You are not to read any further unless you are sitting down. Okay? Well then, I was getting along pretty well. The skull fracture and concussion I got when I jumped out of the window of my dormitory when it caught fire shortly after my arrival here is pretty well healed now. I only spent 2 weeks in the hospital, and now I can see almost normally and only get these sick headaches once a day. Fortunately, the fire in the dormitory and my jump, fortunately the fire in the dormitory and my jump was witnessed by an attendant at the gas station near the dorm. And he was the one who called the fire department and the ambulance. He also visited me in the hospital. And since I have nowhere to live because of the burned-out dormitory, he was kind enough to invite me to share his apartment with him. Yeah. It's really a basement room, but it's kind of cute. He is a very fine boy, and we have fallen deeply in love and are planning to get married. We haven't set the date yet, but it will be before my pregnancy begins to show. I know how much you are looking forward to being grandparents, and I know you will welcome the baby and give it the same love and devotion and tender care you gave me when I was a child. The reason for the delay in our marriage is that my boyfriend has a minor infection which prevents us from passing our premarital blood tests, and I carelessly caught it from him. This will soon clear up with the penicillin injections I am taking daily. I know that you will welcome him into our family with open arms. He is kind, and although not well educated, he is ambitious. Although he is of a different race and religion than ours, I know your oft-expressed tolerance will not permit you to be bothered by this fact. Now that I have brought you up to date, I want to tell you that there was no dormitory fire. I did not have a concussion or skull fracture. I was not in the hospital and am not pregnant, am not engaged, do not have a disease, and there is no missignation in my life. However, I am getting a D in history and an F in science. And I wanted you to see these marks in their proper perspective. Hope you are both well, and I will try to get home soon. Your loving daughter, Sue. Ellie and I love traveling to England, and it was there that we learned what a WC was. Well, an English lady, while visiting in Switzerland, was looking for a room. And she asked the schoolmaster if he could recommend any. Well, he took her to see several rooms, and when everything was arranged, the lady returned to her home in England to make final arrangements and preparations for the move. When she arrived home, she suddenly realized that she hadn't seen a water closet, commonly known as a toilet, around the place. She immediately wrote a note to the schoolmaster asking him if there was a WC around the place. The schoolmaster had a very poor mastery of English, so he asked the parish priest if he could help him out in the matter. Together they tried to discover the meaning of the letters WC. The only solution they could find was a wayside chapel. The schoolmaster then wrote the following letter to the lady. Dear Madam, I take great pleasure in informing you that a WC is situated 9 miles from your house in the center of a beautiful grove of trees surrounded by lovely grounds. It is capable of holding 22 people and is open on Sundays and Thursdays only. As there are a great number of people expected during summer months, I would advise you to come early, although there is usually plenty of standing room. This is an unfortunate situation, particularly if you are in the habit of going regularly. You will no doubt be glad to hear that a great number bring their lunch and make a day of it, while others who can afford to go late arrive just in time. I would especially advise your ladyship to go on Thursdays when there is an organ accompaniment. The acoustics are excellent, and often the most delicate sounds can be heard everywhere. It may interest you to know that my daughter was married in the WC. It was there she met her husband. I can remember the rush there was for seats. There were 10 people to a seat, usually occupied by one. It was wonderful to see the expression on their faces. The newest attraction is a bell donated by a wealthy resident of the district. It rings every time a person enters. A bazaar is to be held to provide plush seats for all, since the people believe it is a long-felt need. My wife is rather delicate, so she could not attend regularly. It is almost a year since she last went. Naturally, it pains her very much not to be able to go more often. I shall be delighted to reserve the best seat for you, if you wish, where you will be seen by all. For the children, there is a special time and place, so they will not disturb the elders. Hoping to have been of service to you, I am sincerely yours, the schoolmaster.
Thank you. That was good. Now you saw these next two performers individually in the first half of the show. Now combining their talents are Betty Gilson and Ree Clark singing Whispering Hope.
Soft as the voice of an
right, how are we doing with the survivor game? Is there any table that's down to one survivor? You haven't been working hard enough.
We're working at it.
All right, well, you got to get moving because we haven't got too much more to go. And somebody's got to take those pansies home.
Yeah, you're out.
Okay, our next performer appeared in our show 2 years ago, and we're delighted that she's back with us again this evening. Jessica Vodkis will sing a Broadway medley.
All right.
Never. What's the point? I'm only going to have to put different ones on.
I dreamed a dream in time.
Thank you, Jessica. Now, you won't believe the foolish question somebody asked me yesterday. Listen to this. If a man walks into the forest and speaks out loud, and there's nobody there, no women there to hear him, will he still be wrong? Well, of course he will. It's so obvious. And I guess that's probably why there's such a great need for male bonding. Here comes the ever-popular male bonding band singing some of everybody else's greatest hits.